This is Terry Lynn McPherson in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm going to start out in the front where the daisies are taking over like crazy. And I wanted other flowers to grow in this garden bed, but nothing else seems to be happening right now besides these daisies. Yeah, that roseberry bush, it's about gone, but we sure enjoyed it this year. Okay, those are Chasta daisies. I think the pack of seeds, 25% off at Oakland Nursery a few years ago, cost me $1.86. And I got that many, and I got some out back too. That's crazy. It's not my favorite flower, but it is very attractive and elegant. Blowing in the wind. Right there. But I need to cut these back because I cannot get this little tiny, where the heck is it? Let me lift this up. Oh, if I can find it here, I hope you can see it. A little piney trying to grow there. It's somewhere. There it is. Yeah, there it is. And believe me, it's smaller than what you're seeing. It's tiny. And it won't grow because these daisies are overshading it. So we've got to change that out. I got to thin out those daisies. And here we have one little larkspur, and I wish a bumblebee would hop on that baby. I'd love to see it leaned over. That would be hilarious. I've been watching all the bees and the butterflies, and they just excite me to no degree. I just love it. That's the best part about spring. Right now, June 1st, spring going into summer. Okay, let's go past the evergreens, and here's our driveway. Okay, into the backyard. Let's let the dogs out. Smoochie and Boo Boo. Come on, Smoochie. Come on, Boo Boo. Oh, I'm going to let the flies out. Oh, okay. Let them out, Dan. He'll get mad if I hold that door too long. Anyway, there's that beautiful ground cover. Succulent sedum. And there's some larkspur just coming up at random. These were volunteers from years ago when I planted some seeds. Larkspur reseeds. I planted some marigolds through here just to give it some color. While I'm waiting for, let's see, we're going to have some morning glory on the fence that comes up every year. And we're going to have some gladiolas coming up. And there might be some more larkspur. I did plant some seeds this year. I think there's one little sunflower there trying to pop up, or a zinnia. I think that's a zinnia. Okay, it's a side garden here by the driveway. Sweet William is going to be saying goodbye soon, but I sure had fun with it, and I gave my sisters both bouquets over Memorial Day weekend when we had them over for a party, and we had a blast. Let's see here. Yeah, we played music inside and did some dancing. My husband really gets into dancing. Yeah, we dance all the time. Just slow dancing, sometimes fast dancing, but there's some more Sweet William. And this still looks good over here. There's a volunteer cherry tomato plant from 2 years ago, doing pretty good there. It grew again, and then it reseeded is what it did. Okay. All right. Yeah, that one plant, it was beautiful. Purple sage. And I cut it back, like I deadheaded, and we got more blooms coming up. We'll have more blooms later in the summer. There's lots of gladiolas coming up. Gladiolas over here big time. And over there's some sunflowers I planted by seed. I tried to transplant some, and they didn't make it. I don't think they transplant well. You got to get them while they're little, and I waited too long, evidently. Okay, there's my peppers. They're doing real well. I just mulched this yesterday, so the mulch is going to hold in the moisture better for the tomatoes and the peppers. I put marigolds in between there. They're supposed to help keep some of the bad insects. They're like predators on the tomatoes, I guess. Keep them at bay, and they'll only attract the good insects like the bees. I love marigolds. They have a a spicy scent that I really, really like. Okay, there's our forsythia, just doing really well, nice and green. We had it was a blessing in the spring with that yellow burst of color. Okay, you see the lavender? The lavender's doing wonderful. It does good every year. But this year it seems to really be taking off. And there was a bee on it, a honeybee. It's on there right now somewhere. And I want to go back here and show you my Asian lilies. And I've got a red one. And it is adorable. It's very large. Look at that. Oh, Asian lily. Just adore it. As you can see, I'm crazy about flowers. We have 4 o'clocks. They've been here since Danny moved in. Years ago, many, many moons ago. We're talking almost 30 years ago. Probably 25 years ago. And they were here then, and they've been coming back ever since. They just take over like crazy, just like that ground cover's taken over through here. Okay. I can see my hose. I was kind of lazy last night after I watered. I didn't put it on the, whatever you call that thing. How lazy can I be? But I do a lot. I walk the dogs and do a lot of housework and cooking and cleaning. It's been a busy time, all this gardening and everything. Let's see. Garlic doing well. We picked the scapes the other day. They are absolutely delicious. Just put them on your salad on top of your tomatoes. I put a little cheese too. And it was amazing. It tasted like something you'd get at a salad you would get at a steakhouse restaurant. Those, garlic scapes. The first time I ever ate any garlic scape. I just loved them. You just pick them off the garlic before they flower. And they bend over like I don't know what, just bend over. Like doing a U-turn or something. And that's when you pick them, when they bend over like a U-turn. That's hard to explain. Okay. You see our squash plants are doing very well. That's zucchini. This is not doing too well over here. We had something, I think one of the dogs jumped in, and we had some casualties. We have one, I think it's a zucchini or a summer squash. Okay, we got something going on there, and then squash back there. More Sweet William. And look, that's squash. I can't see. Oh boy, that sun is bright. Okay, and here are the beets. They're not doing as well as I expected. What happened was, and it's my fault pretty much, when I thinned them out too soon, and then some more seeds grew, some more beets grew, and I didn't thin them out again, and I should have. Plus, the wild violet took over, and I saw it was taken over, and I just didn't do anything about it. Everything just looked so pretty. You know, you could eat the greens and everything, but this morning I had to get that wild violet out of there because my beets are not getting big enough. And I had several casualties. As a result, I had to thin out too, because they can't be planted too close together. If you do that, then you won't get any beet at all. You just get something that resembles a small carrot, and you want it to be at least as large as a beet. I mean, not a beet, at least as large as a radish. And then, you know, or actually larger would be better. And I've had them larger. Last year, my beets turned out really good, but I weeded better than I did this year. Anyway, there's a squash that's doing amazing. And that squash is a winter squash. Okay, that's called butternut squash. And it's doing really, really well. Yeah. And these turnips are doing very well. I just picked some turnips. Where? Oh, there's a big one there. Oh, that's huge. I picked some earlier today, and we're going to cook those babies up with the recipe online, and we're going to cook the turnip greens also. I have a recipe